and welcome back to the Candy Shop. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, bringing you my unique perspective on all things Real Housewives, reality TV, skincare, self-care, lifestyle, and just everything in between. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to jump into everything Real Housewives of Potomac. So the last episode wasn't that salacious, nothing too crazy happened, but I think we can talk about the women, we can talk about their dynamic, we can talk about just what went down. But before we dive into it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. Drop it in the comment box. Let me know, where are you listening from? What are your thoughts on the Real Housewives of Rohop? What are your thoughts in general? Hey, Darren Hood, what is up? Darren says, hey, Candy, welcome back. Yes, I know, it's been a minute. I had, you guys know I do YouTube for fun. It's my hobby, so I had some of my other work stuff to do. And then I also had to prepare for a really interview that I am so proud to have done with Rose Catherine Pinckney. She is the Senior Vice President and Head of Development of BET. 30 years of experience in the TV development game. And I had the honor of interviewing her. So that is now live on my site. You can go to the community tab. You can go just to my YouTube channel. And it is the trailer video there. So if you guys want to watch that, it's in my self-care sessions. And I had about an hour-long conversation with her. Again, she's a senior vice president and head of development for BET, and she just dropped some gems on storytelling, breaking into the entertainment industry, being a trailblazer, all of that. So that is what I was working on last week, and it is now up and it is out. So I hope you guys watch it. So I want to say hi to you guys who are in here. Hey, Robyn. She goes, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. What is up? What is up? Hey, Tuki. She goes, yay, I made it. Yes, you made it. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Hey, Talina Bell. I missed out on so many lives. Finally made one. Hey, y'all. That's right. What is up? Hey. Hey, Jay Mesa. Hashtag Candy Shop. That's right, you guys. Welcome to the Candy Shop. My beautiful Danny Wade says, hey, sweetheart. How are you? Thank you for joining. Danny, I always appreciate you. You always hold me down. You hold me accountable. And I appreciate you, Danny. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Hey, can I get a witness? Hello, Candy Washington and the Candy Cans. Yes. What is up? What is up, everybody? So as you guys come into the room, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, because a kiki is always better with community. And then drop it in that comment box what your thoughts are. The link is pinned if you want to join me and come up and share your ideas and topics on everything Rohop. Hey, everybody. Everybody's coming through. Hey, Melanie K. She goes, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. Shrink and Sharon, you are my girl. What is up, sweetheart? She says, hello, everyone. Hello. That is right. Okay, you guys, so let's jump in. So without further ado, let's talk about the episode, talk about the girls. I'm not going to go scene for scene. We've all seen it, but I'll just, you know what I always do. I'll extract the insights and things that I think. I also have a fun conspiracy theory that I have about the women. I don't think it's necessarily true. It's not one of those conspiracy theories, but it's just like a really fun one. So do put it in the chat box. Do you want me to start with a conspiracy theory, or do you want me to just dive in and let the conspiracy theory come up as we go? So put in the chat box what you want. So let's start out with Robyn and Gizelle leaving to get a hotel room. This is Mean Girls at its epitome, realizing that they are quickly being dethroned. I no longer think that Gizelle and Robyn have the pull, have the position that they have, in the friendship group, and then more importantly, be at Bravo and with Andy. And I'll tell you why. So I was listening to some reviews and people are like, oh no, like Robyn's the queen of the show. Robyn's the queen of the show. Maybe in the past, she's held that position just because she was Andy's favorite and the girls kind of cowed to her. But I think now, after the Monique situation, that definitely flipped. And then now with Wendy not backing down, reading her for filth, calling her to task, and Gizelle really not being able to have a comeback. Sure, she's like aloof, like, I don't care, but we all know she cares, and she's extremely bothered, and she can't read, and she can't come back with any of that stuff. I no longer think that Gizelle and Robyn are the HBICs. They're just not. I think it's Wendy, I think it's Karen. And then they have like the little Mia and Askalas and the Ashleys running about, hopping fences and picking different sides. So I think even within the friendship group, they are being dethroned. Wendy is the one who has the storyline. Wendy is the one who is really tied to everybody else on the show. Wendy is the one who's hosting the biggest trip of the season. So it's really about Wendy, right? It's really not about the other girls. And then the reason why I say she's no longer the queen bee with Bravo is because Andy himself has been demoted. So being Andy's favorite no longer gives you favor with the network because Andy right now is working to save his own job. So I don't think Andy's really trying, as you saw him trying to go hard against Erica and save his job and blah, 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 and ask her the hard questions. We'll talk about that in another recap because we'll be doing Beverly Hills this week. I got all my work done last week and I got that video up, so I'm back. So we'll be doing Beverly Hills this week, but I think Andy's trying to save his own skin, and I think the only favors that he's calling in are going to be his own to save Watch What Happens Live, because word on the street, that's getting canceled. They don't have the ratings. Andy's been demoted. He doesn't have the power and the pull and the money at Bravo that he used to be making. So I think that the housewives who got favor from Andy now actually have to prove and push their position. So that's kind of how I feel with that. But I think they got a hotel just to make a statement. And I also think they definitely were sleeping in the same bed and got the same exact hotel room. I'm going to tell you why. One, I think that they were probably cheap and didn't want to splurge on 2 hotel bills. And 2, did you notice was it Ashley who asked Gizelle when she was on the phone, oh, and you guys got separate rooms or something? Gizelle was like, she hesitated, and B was like, she was looking to see, like, can you see Robyn next to me in the bed? Like, is she in the frame? Girl, Gizelle, Robyn, stop lying. You both got the same exact hotel bedroom. You were sleeping in the same bed. I'm not saying anything happened sexually. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying, y'all know y'all got that same room and split that bill. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. You two did not get 2 separate rooms. You're lying. So that's where I kind of feel on that. I think Robyn has such an issue with Wendy. Multiple reasons. One, Robyn is catching the smoke that is meant for Gizelle, but that is Robyn's position all the time. If you want to always go to war on behalf of somebody else, don't be mad when you get shot. Stop fighting Gizelle's battles with everybody. And then being surprised when the person you're going to war with fires shots back at you. She's still butthurt over the whole thing that happened with Wendy talking about her relationship with Juan isn't real. She doesn't actually have a true relationship, which is true, and which is what we've all seen. So I don't really think that was a stretch. That to me was kind of like a obvious duh situation. And then I also think she took offense when Wendy was just like, oh, well, it's a husband's trip, so we're all going to bring our husbands. And she was actually talking to Gizelle, and she's like, and you can bring your luggage, but since Robyn's identity is so enmeshed with Gizelle, she took it as if she was talking to her. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, the Vegas girl. Yay, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I will be doing, as always, I'll be doing the comments and stuff. I'll just do a quick overview and then we'll get to the comments. Thank you so much for the super chat, the Vegas girl. I appreciate you. So I think that Robyn needs to stop catching the smoke meant for Gizelle. And I think that she's just offended because Wendy actually had the balls to say what everybody was thinking and what is clearly the case and true. Also, other thing with Robyn was she was like, I don't want to stay in the house with all these men peeing in the same bathroom and there's pee on the floor. Excuse me, miss, don't you allegedly live with Juan? And then you also have 2 sons. So you live with three males. Your son aren't men, so I'm not going to call them men. They're boys, and they are allowed to be boys. but you live with 3 males and you're complaining about this, make that make sense. And if you were able to, both of you, walk down the stairs, get into the car, drive 30 miles away to get into a hotel room, but you're telling me walking down the stairs to use the bathroom was too much of a feat? Girls, bye. Miss me with that. You're mad because nobody cares anymore about your fake mean girl status. Nobody is checking to join your group. Nobody is checking to you for permission for anything. You guys are just mad because you've been dethroned. And that's what you're mad about. And you're also mad that you were the only single people there. I'm telling you this, I'm single. If I went on a couples trip, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, whatever, dip it and do it. Where's the Mai Tai? Like, let's have some fun. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but they're just bitter and really salty about it. So, So that's the whole Robyn and Gizelle thing. Karen shading Juan and Robyn was everything. So I'm going to take some more questions. Then I'll get into my conspiracy theory, and then I'll do more of a recap. But I want to just give some shout-outs to people who are in the chats. The chat box. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, Natalia. She goes, yay, I never get her on time before. Oh, it's okay. Well, you are right on time now. The Vegas girl says, conspiracy. Okay, Vegas girl. Okay. Shout out to Cardi B. Hey, beautiful. She says, let's conspire. Okay. Can I get a witness's deep dive with a heart? Yes. Hey, Darren Wood. He says, I agree, Candy. Thank you, Shink and Sharon, for sharing that. I appreciate you. Hey, Cotty, Gizelle, no Bryant. Exactly. Gizelle, no Bryant. 100%. Blondie K says, really? Yes, really. All alleged, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, Natalia, Wendy did the Lord's works this season. She carried the show on her back. On her back. On her back. Completely. Can I get a witness? Delina Bell, Wendy has definitely grown a lot from last season. I agree. I never knew I would grow to like her. LOL. I agree. I like Wendy this season. I think she's really become the MVP of the show. She's connected to every storyline. She is the storyline. I still want her to take more accountability for the role she played with Monique last season. That aside, I do like Wendy's growth, and I do like her this season. I like that she has her own voice, her own personality. She's showing up fully, and she's not backing down from Gizelle, which I think is really super important. Hey, Lynette Kitten, Gizelle and Robyn, bougie. Yes, Cotty B says, I agree at Delina Bell. That is right. Okay, you guys, so let's get into the Vegas girl says that's Lena Bell. I said the same thing. I did not like Wendy at all at first. Same. I agree. Okay, so you guys. Oh, I want to say a couple more. Hey, Takia Warren. She goes, hey, Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. Yes. Hey, chubby girl cuteness. Oh, bring it. She goes, hey, Candy the Candy Canes. I was able to catch a live. Yes, you were. And I'm so excited. Okay. Let's get into the conspiracy theory. It's conspiracy theory time. Okay. All right, you guys. You know I love a conspiracy theory. And this conspiracy theory is just me super reading into things. So follow me with this. I'm not saying this is true. I don't have any proof of this. But this is just what I picked up on. Feel free to say no, you're reaching, Candy. No, or just have fun with it. It's a fun conspiracy theory. I don't think it's like too super serious, but it's a fun one. Okay. I have always said that I think that Candace actually really wants to be friends with Ashley. I think that is actually, because we all know Candace has emotional limitations. She's very stunted. She is entitled, selfish, spoiled. She lashes out. She's like, oh, you said something that offended me. Maybe you meant it, maybe it didn't. But then she wants to go for the jugular, right? She just has no bottom to her petty. And I think all of that is rooted in a lot of insecurity. And I really think a lot of her issues with Ashley, the whole thing that she did with Monique, with the statement for the lawsuit aside, I think Candace, yes, thought that it was like such a betrayal, but they weren't even friends. But I do think at the core, Candace really wants to be friends with Ashley, and she acts out because Ashley doesn't reciprocate that friendship, right? Okay, so that's there. Then we have Chris, who was like, when he was like sweeping up the floor with all the romaine lettuce or whatever they had on the floor. And he was like, oh, hi, Ashley. Like, motherhood looks so good on you. And like, I know everything hasn't always gone right or blah, 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 blah. But just wanted to say that. And like, he was all trying to like kiss up to Ashley. Okay, so remember that. So Chris is trying to make amends with Ashley. And then there's the conversation that Chris and Candace has where he's like, oh, you know, Ashley really isn't that bad. You know, she's really not. Like, I know you guys have your stuff, but she's not that bad. And he's kind of drunk. Candace is kind of drunk. And they're kind of talking about Ashley and Michael and them. And I know, and then also, let's not forget that weird energy that is between Chris and Michael Darby. Remember when they had that little weird, I think it was at the engagement party or whatever it was, at that weird interaction where they're like yelling and like, and Michael's like, get your wife, and he like touched him or something, and Chris got all up in arms, but it was like this weird, you know, friction energy. This is what I actually think they want to happen. I think Candace and Chris want to become friends with Ashley and Michael so that they can become swingers together. I think the actual undercurrent energy that is happening between the Candace Bassett's, whatever his name is, last name is Bassett's, right? And the Darbys is sexual tension. That is what I actually picked up on this last episode when Candace and Chris, they had gotten back from dinner and he was drinking that brown liquor and she had her leg all between his legs and they were talking about Ashley and Chris and all this stuff. I think they know that the Darbys are freaks. They know that allegedly Michael may like both sides. Ashley has been vocal about that she does, and that they kind of have an open policy in their marriage. I think that Chris and Candace, low-key, probably have something very similar, and I think that they want to swing with them. That is my conspiracy theory. I think the actual tension, the actual undercurrent energy is sexual. I think the Bassetts want to swing with the Darbys. So let me know what you guys think on that. I told you, it's a fun conspiracy theory. It's a fun conspiracy theory. I have no proof of this. It's a vibe. It's an energy. But I truly think Chris and Candace want to swing with Ashley and Michael, and that's why they keep combating. That's why they keep going. That's why they keep fighting. That's why they keep wanting their attention and their energy. It's just too much. And a lot of times, I don't think it's healthy, but a lot of times people will pick on someone that they're sexually attracted to, that they just want their attention. They want the good attention or bad attention, as long as it's attention. Again, I'm not saying it's healthy, but just the way, and y'all go back and watch, the way that Chris and Candace were talking in that room about Ashley and Michael, it was just like this aha. I was like, wait a minute. This is sexual tension. And then Chris was like, I was trying to make it good with Ashley. You know, she's really not that bad. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And then I remember Chris at dinner was just like, I don't really have a problem with you or your husband. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And Ashley was like, but your wife does. And da, 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 da. Like, I think they really want to swing with them. And I think the reason why they beef, the reason why I have the drama, it's sexual tension. But let me see what you guys are saying in here. And if anybody caught up on that. Yay. Hey, chubby girl cuteness. Yes, Wendy should apologize to Monique publicly. I agree 100%. Hey, Misty. She says, hello, Candy and all the canes. Yes, what is up, sweetheart? Hey, Serial22. Hola, Candy. Hola, hola. Yeah, hey, everybody. Yeah, Shrink Concern says hello to Miss T. Hey, Nataski, just casual keeping up Miss Grace. You're just like, hey, Cardi B. She just Candy did an interview and said that she would be friends with Ashley if she didn't defend Michael and his behavior. I mean, I told you, Candace has always wanted to be friends with them, and I think low-key they want to swing. It's already known, allegedly, Michael and Ashley are fluid, open, whatever you want to call it. Alleged. I think Candace and Chris are too. Thank you, Shrink and Sharon. Nataski says, what? Blaney Gate is mind blown. You guys know I love a conspiracy theory, and I always pick up on energy, and I pick up on what are they saying that's actually not being said. The biggest girl says, oh my God, Candy. Nataski says, I don't get swinger energy from Candace. I don't know. I think she has a freak factor. I think Chris would totally be on board. Ashley and Michael have already made it public that they have agreements and all this other stuff. I think Candace would be into it. But the thing is, I think Candace would be into it because I think she would prefer Ashley over Michael. I'll just leave it there. I think that she would prefer to see what Ashley had going on. I'm not necessarily saying she wants Michael. Let me just put, Connie B says, who wants to be with Michael? Listen, I'm not saying it's desirable. It's just what I picked up on. But go back and watch and let me know. I could be tripping. Again, this is just my fun, alleged, for fun conspiracy theory. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sandra Richardson. She says, hello, everyone. Hey. Hey, Nataski. Michael looks like Gollum. The Vegas girl says, nobody at Gotti. Hey, Talina. Welp. I love it. Takia Warren is laughing. Can I get one? Is Candace and Chris have always seemed like just friends to me. The thing with Candace and Chris is I think that I see where you're going with the just friends thing, but I think that Chris, to me, has always seemed like Candace's handler. So this whole like husbander thing was kind of like, well, that's kind of the role you've always been playing. You don't really see him like, because I don't think that, and again, I'm not trying to bash Candace or be disrespectful to her. I'm just giving my opinion on the behavior that I've seen. I don't think that Candace is in a place to be a healthy partner to someone. I also think that Chris probably has some work to do as well if that is the type of person he's choosing to be with. So it always seems like Chris sort of has to babysit and handle Candace and then do damage control rather than them being two partners. Like, for example, I think Karen and Ray is a partnership where I think Chris handles Candace, which we all saw with that dinner. He physically had, I don't think, and by physically, I don't mean like abusing. I don't mean that. But I'm just saying he physically had to like say, hey, like stop. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't know. Like she was literally having a temper tantrum that like a child would have, not a woman in her 30s. Like we have to remember, Candace is actually like an adult in her 30s. And she was literally having a temper tantrum at the table. And he had to treat her the way you would treat your 2-year-old child who couldn't get an extra French fries with their pizza. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's what we're picking up on, is that he always has to babysit in a sense. And he always has to do damage control. Because even remember with the guys, he was like, okay, you guys, I know some stuff might happen with my wife. Don't take it out on me. Hey, Melissa, she goes, ew. Cotty B's laughing. Hey, Cotty. Tonight, Hazel says, and I oop. Tonight, Hazel says, but I like it. Exactly. Hey, Natalia, she goes, or maybe they want in on that scene because Michael is an elitist and probably goes to Eyes Wide Shut parties. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think Chris and Candace is more similar to Ashley and Michael than it appears and than it looks. And I think that they want in on that sort of eyes wide shut, don't ask, don't tell, swipping and slapping, dipping it and doing it scene. I agree with you, Natasha. I agree with you 100% on that. And that's what I picked. I was like, hold up. So that is what that tension is. That is what that energy is. I really think it's sexual tension. And I think that they want to be friends with them and they want to kind of do stuff with them. That's kind of what I think. And speaking of that freaky stuff, after you guys let me know what you think about my conspiracy theory, what do you guys think about Jordan and Mia? Can I get a what this says? Hold on. Kenny says, girl. The biggest girl says, I can't, and she's puking. I told you guys it was going to be a fun one. Dorrit Frank says, hi, Candy, you got this. Happy to catch your live. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Connie B says, gross at Candy. Hey, Evangelist Bell. Hey, she goes, hey, Candy in the chat. Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Everyone says, hey, Val. Tookie says, I'm not about to play with you, Candy. Nobody else felt that. Nobody else. Can I get a witness? Says Candace seemed more attracted to her friendship with Robyn and Gizelle than Chris as a husband. Hey, I'm just calling it like I see it. Calling it like I see it. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Val, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's switch. We can go back to my conspiracy theory if we want, but let's get back into it. So Mia and Gordon. Gordon to me is such a character. He is such a character, and we've seen he had two different personalities. First half of this season, he came across as just like, I'm this business guy, and Mia, you work too much, and I want you home to cook and clean. He got on the trip and went buck wild, taking shots, falling on the floor, gyrating. I mean, licking and sicking and all this stuff. Like, it's just too much. But I will say this. I'm amused by Gordon. I think it's really creepy. I wouldn't want to be around him, but I find watching it funny. It was very cringy and creepy. But I will say this. The biggest moment with Gordon in this episode was in the bus, right? It was with Gordon and with Ashley when she was like nodding off and sleeping. Yes, Gordon can be inappropriate and wild and drunk and all this stuff, but I actually have to be Team Gordon in this particular situation. And I'm going to tell you why. When Ashley was nodding off in the back, she was nodding off in the back. Other people were having conversations and talking. And when Gordon, I forgot exactly what he said, but like, oh, look at Ashley, she's nodding off. I think he was just being playful. I think it was very clear that he wasn't being malicious. He wasn't actually like talking bad about her. And I think Ashley kind of pulled a Karen and was just like, I'm in my corner. You're in your corner. I'm trying to get some sleep. Oh, I'm a new mom. And it's just like, Ashley, calm the F down. It is not that deep. You guys literally just went from on the boat drinking and eating and kumbayaing. And now you have this like attitude with Gordon, who is just like poking at you and being playful. Like, I could see if he was saying something hella inappropriate or offensive or mean or throwing something at her, sure, but I think he was just like literally just having fun. And I think that if her response wasn't so hot, it wouldn't have escalated, and it didn't need to be hot. She could have just been like, all right, Gordon, I'm going back to sleep. And then go to sleep, Ashley. You're so tired. Go to sleep. Why are you responding? Take a nap, sit down, go to bed, hush. But then I think Gordon looked bad when he didn't back down from her. He was just like, I thought you were sleeping and I was just sort of making a joke, but I have the right to talk about you now that you're getting all hyped. But I think Ashley kind of was playing a Karen at that point. Like, it really wasn't that serious. It wasn't that deep. In that moment, Gordon had no ill intent. Ashley, go to bed. If you're tired, go to sleep. And Ashley's very good at being hypocritical and flip-flopping and being smiling in your face and doing a dagger in your back all of the time. Like when she called Mia messy for Mia bringing the bone about with what. Oh, and let's transition into that then. Okay. So when Ashley was like, oh, Mia's so messy for carrying the bone back about Robyn and Askala talking about Wendy in the bottom of the boat when they went downstairs. But Ashley, isn't that what you do all of the time? You comment on situations that you weren't even present for. And weren't you the one who brought the bone to Wendy about the Eddie cheating rumors? And weren't you you know what I'm saying? And wasn't she girl, bye. She consistently brings back bones. She consistently has opinions on situations that she wasn't even there. And she got called out for that on Watch What Happens Live. They're like, Ashley, how come you constantly have an opinion and you're sticking your nose into stuff when you weren't even present for those things? So that was crazy to me. I think Mia understood the assignment and was like, I am solidifying my spot here for next season. If I have to bring back a bone of something that I kind of sort of heard, I'm going to do it. I think Mia understands the assignment and she wanted to have hold people accountable or just bring back bones or just have that conversation. I will say this. I think Robyn to me just looks really stale and she just looks really funky to me. Like, she just had a really nasty attitude, a really stale, funky face the whole time, didn't want to have fun, didn't want to open up, was being a Debbie Downer, was being a bitter Betty. And she really needs to get over it and move on. Like, they have said worse about Wendy and her family than what Wendy said. And to Wendy's point, she goes, I'm talking facts and you're talking gossip. And she's still in her feelings about the whole Juan situation. Like, where is Juan? Is Juan coming? Of course not. Like, it's the new Jamal. It's the new Jamal. So it's insane. And then when she did get up there, she didn't want the smoke. She was just like, oh, I'm just saying that I don't want to debate. I don't want this. I don't want that. And Gizelle got on that boat and didn't say anything. She had the same stank attitude and nothing because they're being dethroned and they're being called out and they don't really want the smoke. And I like messy Mia. Messy Mia, you can be messy all day long. I'm not mad at you. You understood the assignment. you knew to bring the bone back, and I loved it. I'm also liking Askala. Now, I was watching other people's thoughts on Askala talking to Wendy. Some people were saying, oh, like, why was Askala having that conversation with Wendy? Oh, she just wanted a moment or something like that. I didn't take it that way. The way I took that conversation that Askala was having with Robyn about Wendy. The conversation that Askala was having with Robyn about Wendy in the downstairs of the boat. The way I took that, to me, was actually Askala trying to figure out, and also trying to cover herself with her no longer really liking Robyn or seeing Robyn in the same light, but liking Wendy more and wanting to be more on Wendy's side. Because if you remember when Askala said, I have never seen this side. It was like, not the last episode, maybe the episode before that or the one before that. And she goes, I've never seen this side of Robyn. She said, Robyn was very different. And everyone was like, yeah, Robyn's very different when Gizelle is not around. And the Robyn you're seeing now is who she is with Gizelle. And if you listen to what Askala said to her during their conversation, she was like, oh, I feel, I'm paraphrasing here. It's not verbatim. I'm paraphrasing. the essence of what she said was like, oh, well, you know, I kind of feel uncomfortable because I'm friends with you and I've grown to really like Wendy. I'm friends with her, but you're the one who kind of brought me in. And now the two of you are beefing. So that makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't really know which way to move. And so she was asking her like, well, I like Wendy. I like how Wendy is. What is your issue with her? Because I don't see it. And that's kind of what I thought the conversation was around. That I didn't think that Askala was being messy or she was looking for a moment. It seemed like Askala was actually being like, you're the one who's actually acting really messed up, really funky, really brand new. I see more fault in what you're doing. So I need you to tell me what exactly is your issue with Wendy, because I don't really see what the problem is. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going on. I think Askala was kind of like, wait a minute. I like Wendy. You've been bad-mouthing her this whole time. I'm confused. But I'm trying to ask you because I was friends with you. You brought me in. I'm kind of all that. So let me see what you guys are saying in the chat box. I'm going to go up a bit. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Miss T. G was just playing at the beginning, but Ashley was extra. He apologized. Exactly. Ashley was very extra. She needs to calm it down. Hey, chubby girl cuteness. As gorgeous as you are, Candy, G will definitely want you. Woo, 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 woo. No, look at you. No. Thank you, chubby girl, though. I appreciate the compliment. Hey, hi, Vibe. Ashley's looking for a storyline. She is always looking for a storyline. And again, I know Michael has had documented, alleged, whatever. I'll just say alleged because I don't want anybody coming after me. Assaults and things like that and weird stuff. So I understand that. However, I miss Michael. I think he's really funny. I think he stirs the pot. I think he's creepy to watch. And I would love to see G and Michael together. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Hey, chubby girl cuteness. Yes, at High Vibe, she definitely needs a storyline besides breastfeeding. I agree. Like, I honestly think Ashley could have sat this one out. I mean, her storyline literally is exactly the same, but just more boring because Michael isn't there. She is pregnant and had a baby, worried about Michael cheating. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Hey, LJ Forever, right. Ashley went complete Karen and tried to make him seem like G was mom shaming her. Exactly. Do you actually consider how comfortable she can make people feel pulling tits out all of the time? True. And the thing is, she wasn't even breastfeeding when he was talking about it. She was nodding off in the back. And so she really had no reason to go all ham. Like, girl, calm down. Hey, Karen Fraser, I refuse to excuse that man's behavior. He's creepy with money, still no class. He hasn't given any dark woman his time. Last part of that, no lies detected. That's true. I remember they had that comment where Mia said that he likes fairer skinned people. Hey, High Vibe. Right, LOL. Hey, Nataski. I love how much the viewers aren't buying into the BS anymore. Exactly. I think thanks to social media, thanks to blogs, YouTubers, Instagram, all of that stuff, we're seeing everything play out even before it plays out on the show, because the show is actually catching up to social media. So we're seeing it all, and we're seeing different perspectives, and we're seeing what's really happening, not just what we are presented and packaged up from Bravo. Hey, can I get a witness? Agree. Gordon's motto seems to be work hard, play harder in a repugnant kind of way. Yeah. Hey, Nataski. She goes, if any of the ladies acted a fraction the way Gizelle and Rob did, they would never hear the end of it if anyone knows it. Exactly. They're just so disgusting and so gross. And at this point, beyond boring, what is Gizelle's storyline? I'll wait. What is her storyline? What is Robyn's storyline? What's Ashley's storyline? I'll wait. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Takia Warren, I'm so glad Juan Dixon's not here right now. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Yes. Hey, Cotty. She was, I like Askala. Me too. Me too. I definitely like Askala. I think she's funny. I think she's smart. I think she thinks for herself and she asks the right questions. Hey, Dusky. Askala's cruise outfit was everything. Askala brings the fashion. She really does. To me, she's best dressed on the show. Best dressed on the show. She's really, I really like her. And I like her husband, what do you call it? I like her husband, Dre, too. Oh, hey, Natalia. I'll bring you up, sweetheart. Hi. Oh.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know, like, cause it's a different StreamYard, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is Restream.
Oh yeah. So like, I just want to say, love your channel.
Oh,
Hope
thank
it keeps
you.
growing.
I
Yeah, hope it
will.
keeps growing.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Ashley part. I don't think Michael loves her anymore. Cause like the next preview of the episode, it looks like he's not interested in you anymore. Like it's on the verge of a divorce. And about the Wendy, Robyn, Gizelle, like I can see both sides. Like Gizelle and Robyn didn't want to come. And
Mm-hmm.
Wendy is like first come, first serve. So they got the last bit. But I agree that
Oh. Oh, Natalia. Natalia, you dropped off. But call back in and I'll add you back up. Okay, sweetheart? So call back in and I'll add you back up. But to what Natalia was saying, I agree. I think that Robyn and Gizelle did not want to go on the trip, but I think it was bring, bring, bring. Hey, ladies, this is Bravo calling. Earn your money. You want to stay on the show? Get your butts over on that trip. And I think that's why they ended up going on the trip, because Bravo probably told them, you want to earn your check, you want to earn your keep, get on the trip. And that's why they came on the trip and they had that little funky attitude. And I think it's ironic how, let's not forget, remember with Robyn and Gizelle's reasonably shady party, and how they were, and how Gizelle was like, oh well, certain people can't even use my bathroom. How quickly we forget. But karma works fast, and then you get yourself to the trip, and you don't have a private bathroom. You see, you spoke your own demise into existence, because that is all types of hypocritical. You didn't even want Wendy or Karen to use the bathroom in your home. Remember that, Gizelle? Karma works quick. Hey, Natalia.
hey, sorry for the cut. Like
Hi.
I did
It's
hi.
okay.
I
It's
didn't
okay.
oh yeah, and like as I was saying about like it should have like a valet because like these are like privileged people and like if in a privileged life like you expect high expectations from people. So I agree with Robyn and Gizelle. So I agree from both sides.
Okay.
And I feel like with Candace, I feel like she feels everyone is attacking her. Maybe that's why she's like that. I don't know. But I feel like the apology was genuine that she gave to Mia.
Mm-hmm.
And I I feel like Mia should stop like misinterpreting people's words.
Aw. Okay, call back in. I'll let you up anytime you call. Sorry you're having technical difficulties. But to what Natalia was saying, when it comes to Candace and Mia, I do believe that their conversation was genuine. I do believe both apologies were genuine. 100%. But again, it goes back to when Candace opened up about what her insecurities were. She's like, I have this dream. I'm fearful that I'm not doing it right. All of this stuff. And for you to call it low budget, you know what I mean? It triggered her and it hit her in a different way. And I 100% understand that. However, It is called emotional intelligence, where you understand that someone says or does something, which is probably not even intentional, triggers you on that deep level. It is up to you to work through that trigger and to work it out and to have a healthy dialogue. You could have said to Mia, hey, listen, you hit below the belt. That really hurt me because I am worried about X, Y, and Z. Squashed. You don't go after somebody's mother and for the jugular call their mother low budget and say and call them a prostitute and all this and try to crush someone and go and try and bury them with your words. And I don't care what Candace says, I do believe she knew about Mia's mother's story. Maybe not the entire story, but you better believe Candace knew something about hey Dorrit, I'll bring you in 1 second, but you better believe Candace knew something about Mia. Because the other girls knew, and it's also called Google. She knew. That's why Candace needs to work on herself, because just because somebody triggers you doesn't mean you have the right to gut them on such a deep, evil level. Hey, Dorrit. Oh, we can't hear you. Check your mic. Check your mic, Dorrit. We still can't hear you. Oh. Do you want to try calling back in and then check which microphone is connected because we can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you. Try now. Okay, Dorrit, try to log out and log back in and check your mic. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Okay. I'll start here. Okay. Hey, Kennedy Moore. Wasn't it a couple's trip? Did Robyn ever say why Juan wasn't there with her? I may have missed that part. I mean, if she said why Juan wasn't there, I missed that part too. I don't think and that's the thing. Candace wants to talk about projection. Candace projects all of the time with her stuff. She was projecting all of her own insecurities onto Mia. Robyn is projecting her own insecurities onto Wendy, right? Never said why Juan wasn't there. It was just almost understood that he wasn't going to come and support her. It was literally understood. Insane. Okay, Dorrit, I'm going to try you again. Okay, sweetheart?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
That was fun. I have to tell you, that G gives me the creeps. He is so
Same.
cringy. All his X-rated gestures, totally uncalled for.
Yeah.
Real, and it makes it very uncomfortable for the women. I don't like it. You know, when he first came on, I knew there was something with him. Everybody liked him. Oh, what a nice man. What a nice husband she has. And I just felt there was a deeper part to him that was not pleasant.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you. And I always said that. I always said I felt like there was something off in Mia and G's marriage.
Yes, I agree. And I think there's more to come.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so too.
And do you think that they swing the way they talk, that they go to clubs and she picks out women for him? What is that?
Oh, 100%. That's exactly what he was saying. He was saying like, oh, we go to the club, strip club, whatever. She'll pick out a woman and then they'll take her home and they'll do whatever. And he was doing the gyration thing. And then even Mia was just like, oh, well, he likes white girls and stuff. And he was doing like the whole thing.
That's right.
So if that's what they're doing, I think that they're married, they're a couple, but I definitely think that they have threesomes and they're open. And this isn't even alleged because he literally said it and she was laughing and co-signing it.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So I wasn't sure if he was going to strip clubs or to swing clubs, because you have both.
Maybe they go to both.
Yeah,
Maybe they
maybe.
go to both. But what do you think about my conspiracy theory? It's just for fun. I'm just joshing around. It's just for fun. But what do you think?
I think you're on point. I think you're on
Exactly.
point.
Exactly. Because I was squinting. I was watching them, their interaction, and I was like, wait a minute. This is sexual tension. That is what this is. And I was just like, they want to get down with the get down.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And Robyn and Gizelle, I didn't blame them for going to the hotel, because that was a real danky room that they put them in. And she's got a brace on her foot, and she's supposed to go down a flight of stairs to go to the bathroom. Really? That was very inconsiderate. That I know, but I think that was inconsiderate. And I really think that was intentional. Even though they said, well, you came last, so you get the last pick. No, you knew she was, encumbered. And you could have picked out a room with a bathroom and said, this has to be for Gizelle and Robyn, because Gizelle can't go downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody else would want that room. I think any other couple that would have gotten that room would have gone to the hotel. I would have. I would have. Wouldn't you? Said, chuck this, as they say, chuck this folly. I'm going to the hotel.
But the thing is, I wouldn't treat people the way Gizelle and Robyn treat people.
Right.
So I don't think I would have gotten that room, because I know how to treat people, and people will be nice back to me.
That's right. So poetic justice, but they didn't fall for it, and they went to the hotel, and I don't blame them for that.
Yep. But we also have to remember they said that they weren't coming.
Exactly. Well, look at the invite. And you come with your suitcases. I mean, come on. That was a fight to be had.
Yes, it was. So, Natalia, do you want to join in?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Also, I want to continue with the Wendy, because when was weird, and Gizelle with her leg, and maybe production forced them to go, otherwise you don't get paid. Because there was also allegedly with what happened with Karen's wedding, if you don't come, you don't get paid. And I feel I like the preview of next week's episode where Gizelle is talking with her daughters about I don't want you to not be trouble with your partner. Yeah. That's it.
Oh no, it's okay. That was good. Thank you, Natalia.
Yeah.
Beautiful Cardi B. You want to share?
Yeah.
Hi, Cardi.
Hey.
Hi, Cardi.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Starting with Mia. I don't know why Mia felt like she was so offended by the things that Candace said. You literally brought your mother in front of national TV and blasted her yourself. You told the world she was on that stuff. You told the world that she was arrested and was in jail and she was supposed to do 20 years, but she didn't. You did that. Why are you so offended now? And oh my gosh, if my mom relapses, it's on Candace. No, you brought her on TV. You did that to your mother.
I agree. Absolutely 100%. And she didn't say what she got 20 years for. I'm very curious. That's a long sentence. She must have done something beyond words to get 20 years.
Maybe I
don't always trust our judicial system. So, because some people do one thing and they get a slap on their wrist, other people do something, they're clanked for so many years. So, I do think the 20 years sounds really bad, but I want to know for what before I make that judgment, because you never know.
You never know. That's why she should have said why she got 20 years, because that's a stiff sentence.
It really is.
For a woman.
It really is. So who knows? But I will say, in defense of Mia and her mom, I think You know I'm going to bring it back to sunshine and roses. So in defense of Mia and her mom, what I think her intention was to be proud of her mother and say, look, my mom has had this type of life, but look where she's at now. She's gotten out of prison. She's been sober for 10 years. She's now in her children and her grandchildren's life. So I think it was her way of celebrating how far her mom's come. And she even said that on the show. You know, she's like, she wasn't there for me as a mother. You know, I was in foster care, but look how far she's come and look where she's at now. And I want to celebrate that. And I do think that Mia wanted to show where Mia was in her life, which was rebuilding that mother-daughter relationship that she had with her mother. So I do think that there's a way to own your own story, own your childhood, and talk about what happened versus what Candace did. I mean, Candace was straight up disrespectful, saying that your mama is low budget, your mother this, your mother that. And she didn't do it once. She did it multiple times. She did it repeatedly. And she did it even after people told her, do you know her story? Do you know what happened? She said, I don't care. Rah, rah, rah. And she kept doing it. Those to me are two different things. I think that people can be inspired by Mia's story and her history and her mother versus what Candace did. So yes, you can bring something to the forefront, and she brought it to the show, but Candace was extremely disrespectful to somebody's mother. And me and my mom have a great relationship. She's one of my best friends. I love her I love her. So if somebody even said your mother to me, there's no trigger, there's no trauma behind that. But you better believe I'm coming out of my character and I'm coming right for you, because you don't talk about somebody's mother point blank, period. So I don't think that there's any justification with what Candace did. But I do agree with what you're saying on, you may have the best intentions bringing something to TV or social media or to the world, but you have to be prepared mentally and emotionally for also the negativity that you might get, because as we all know, people are keyboard warriors out here. You could be the nicest, kindest person, and people will still have something to say about you. So I do agree with that. I do agree. If you're going to bring someone on the show, you're going to bring it to the show, be prepared for the good, but be equally and better prepared for the bad. So I do agree with you on that.
Absolutely. Be prepared for the bad, because people love to criticize.
Yep.
They don't look for the good, they look for the bad.
Yeah.
100%. But I also had something to say about Gizelle real quick.
Okay.
Okay, Gizelle is such a freaking drama queen. That boot, girl, you act like your leg has been detached and is way over there. I have been in a boot. It's not that serious. You can walk up and down the stairs just freaking fine. I am so over the whole rescue me. Oh my gosh, I can't walk. Get over it, girl. People go upstairs in crutches. You're in a boot. You will survive.
Caddy, she needs a little TLC. That's
what she needed was for Askala to roll her luggage down the stairs. I wouldn't have carried them. I would have shoved them right on down the stairs, because luggage will survive as well.
They were treating Askala like the maid. They're like, "Oh, sweetie, can you put these bags? Can you?"
I would have been like, right on down the stairs. And I don't understand.
Okay, wait.
I can't go to the bathroom in the house with all these men in there. You can't change in the bathroom. There is literally no reason for you to be in any state of undress. Bathroom doors, they close.
Exactly.
They lock. You don't have a change of clothes to take to the bathroom. Stop with this doggone narrative. I hate this crap. I don't know how to live, but I'm a grown adult with children of my own, and I just don't know how to do for myself.
Let's see. She's still cooking. Hi.
Hey, I'm sorry. I gotta get dinner ready, but
it's
okay. No. She shouldn't have been so rude at her party with her and Robyn had at her house, and maybe somebody would have been concerned about her.
Exactly.
Now, I would have left. If it was me, I would have left and went to a hotel too, because I ain't climbed down those stairs to go to no bathroom. But if they really cared, if anybody else, I know Wendy didn't care, but if anybody else cared They could have said, well, hey, so-and-so has a bathroom inside their room. Would you like to trade with
Mia did. Mia offered to switch rooms. Mia offered to switch rooms. She said, do you want me to get Gordon up and we can change the sheets? If he was awake, he wouldn't want you guys to leave. So Mia did offer.
I missed that part.
She offered to switch rooms and they said no.
Well, see, there you go. Well, you take your butt over to the hotel then.
Right,
why does somebody need to switch for Gizelle? Why is Gizelle more important than anyone else?
Exactly. But she did say if G wasn't asleep, so it was a half of an invite.
Well, I think it was more like, I don't want to disturb my passed out drunk husband.
Right. You know, she could have said, you know, I'll wake him up and we'll switch rooms with you. If she really wanted to.
This is the thing. I would not have offered if me and my husband were in the room and you have these two trick-or-treaters I'd be like, oh, good luck and Godspeed. Text me when you get in safely. Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye. Right. Especially with the way that they treat people. And Natalia has a good point. She says, why didn't single Ashley switch? That's right. If Ashley had a better room, why didn't Ashley switch?
Because Ashley wanted a bathroom too. She about to switch for them.
She pumping milk and all of that. You know, she got to pump the milk and all that stuff.
Yeah, Ashley got a nice room.
Yep.
But did y'all hear Wendy said that there was actually a whole separate master bedroom in that room that Robyn and Gizelle was in? And they were just being super dramatic. That door that was closed was a whole separate master bedroom.
Yep. So that's what Seema Jarlacki's saying. Wendy did say in Watch Happens Live. I think that the bathroom, yep, you're right, Cotty, was not directly in their room, but all they had to do was go through a guest, like another room, and the bathroom was right there. This is the thing. Let's just keep it all the way funky. Gizelle and Robyn were going to have an attitude. They were going to find a problem. They were going to have an issue no matter what Wendy did. Gizelle straight up lied and said that Wendy never said hi to her, never welcomed her. And then I love Shady Production, which was like 30 minutes before. And Wendy was like, hey, welcome. She brought, they were doing shots. So no matter what that room looked like, they would have had a problem. They would have had an issue. They didn't crack a smile. They didn't try to have fun. They were just nasty the whole time because they're just bitter Bettys. They've been dethroned. They don't have any men to bring. And they're just bitter. They're bitter.
And the only reason they showed up is they know there was I guess it's like 4 episodes where they wouldn't have got paid.
Exactly. And that is why they went, because the production was just like, oh, you think you're Andy Cohen's favorite? Guess what? Andy Cohen has 1 foot out the door. So you are going to have to earn your checks. You have to earn your keep. Because it doesn't matter if you're Andy's favorite anymore, because Andy doesn't have the same clout. And his show allegedly is about to be canceled. So Andy's trying to save Andy. He's not looking out for Gizzy anymore.
Yeah. Well, we knew that they were going to have an attitude because they went begrudgingly there.
Yep.
Can we just talk 1 minute about a sidebar about Wendy and her one with candle? I went on the site. What the heck? A little tiny one with candle for $49.95. Is she for real? I'd like a poll to see how many people would go and buy a $49.95 little tiny candle.
Let me tell you this. I am a sucker for candles.
Oh, you bought it?
Hell no, you lost your mind. Absolutely not. I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for candles. This is a eucalyptus spearmint 2-wick candle. I bought this for $2.99. Girl, bye.
Yeah, did you get it at the dollar store?
I would like to know what it's made with. Because a lot of the cheaper candles are made with a lot of toxic things.
Totally. Yes. I love me the dollar store, Dollar Tree, 99 cents. Of course.
And they're really good.
Anything I'm throwing away or burning, I'm not paying a lot of money on. I pay a lot of money for signature pieces, for staples, for things that will have longevity. Right. If I'm throwing something away, like tissue paper, trash bags, if I'm burning something like a candle, why would I spend $50 on something I'm about to burn?
You know what?
I hear $50 on it, but a lot of the cheaper candles are made with toxic things. So you're inhaling them. I wouldn't spend $50 on a candle, but I would like to know what was in the candle.
It's not a
I'm
soy candle.
fine. I've inhaled it this whole time. I'm good.
Well, I mean,
I got one head, 10
I've
toes,
used
5
the
fingers.
candles too, but you know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Caddy,
yeah.
a lot of them are made with all these hazardous and synthetic and whatnot. So
But
I'd love to
True,
see
true.
what it was made of, but I would never.
it's
spend
not from
$50
soy.
on it.
It's not a
It's
soy
not from
candle.
soy. No,
No,
it's
it's
fine.
not.
It smells delicious. It's a designer candle that's just discounted. So I'm sure it's fine.
No, I'm saying Wendy's candle is not soy.
Oh, you're saying Wendy's candle is not soy.
Right.
Mm.
Because she's talking about, toxic
Yeah.
combinations in there. So the best, purest form is the soy one. And
Yeah.
it's not. So, I like to see how she succeeds with this business. I think she's going to fail.
I think so too. Because even Martha Stewart isn't charging $50 for a candle.
No. And you wait for the Bath and Body Works when they have the sales. You clean
That's
up
what
on
I'm
that.
saying.
You
That's
clean
what I'm
up
saying.
on it. And Walmart has they're the size of candy. Yankee Doodle, whatever they're called, Yankee Candles.
Yankee candles.
Yeah, they have the same thing, but it's not that brand for $5. And I
That's
buy
what I'm
them,
saying.
and the whole house, you can smell it throughout the house. So why would I spend $50 when I can get 10 for the price of one?
Exactly. Hey, French chat.
Hi, Candy and Connie.
You want to share?
I love you. Hey, Candace, everybody. Listen, I am with you on them $50. She crazy.
Get out of here.
I like her this year. I didn't like her last year. I like her this year, but I don't like her enough to buy a $50 candle. I'm like you. I'm like the fellas just said, honey, Bath and Body Works, Walmart, wherever. No.
Exactly.
And I love candles. But listen, this is what I want to say.
Yeah.
I am so sick of Gizelle and Robyn. Robyn is, oh my God, she needs to be gone from the show. She needs to be gone. And Gizelle needs to stand on her own. I'm like you, Carter. I broke my feet and broke all the toes on there and had to wear a boot. I have a hard time getting up and down. And but you know what's so funny to me is maybe because I'm just a Mississippi girl, but I grew up in the early 70s. I was born in 1970, so I'm an early 70 baby. And in our home, we had like 20 people with one bathroom. And why are these people making it so hard about a bathroom? I'm like, what? Every time I hear people beating about a bathroom, I'm like, my God, how did we make it back in the day with one? So I didn't see a problem with it. First of all, they weren't even supposed to be coming. That's what they said. So they should have stayed on.
Well, don't you know they're privileged?
Privileged. Then also,
Honey,
Gizelle's
please.
house isn't even finished. She had those girls over to her house outside under construction, and she had the audacity to go anywhere talking about anybody's accommodations. Darling.
How you call it a house, baby? We got some. we got some shotgun houses in the area that look.
That's what I'm talking about. I grew up in a shotgun house. So I know what you mean about the shotgun house. I had to walk through my grandparents' bedroom, through my brother's bedroom to get to the kitchen, then the bathroom, way at the back.
And we got some here that look better than that. I'm like, my Lord, I am so sick of them, and they come in ready on go. But oh my God, see, they couldn't have me as a housewife, because honey, I would straighten them totally.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
They want to be some mean girls and bullies and all that. Honey, they wouldn't. Ooh, let them do it. Ooh, they wouldn't make it. No, not with me. I don't blame. I like the way Wendy cuts them down too.
Yes. Yes, because she is saying everything we want to be said. That we see in the blogs.
Oh yes. Oh God. She said so just what I be thinking. I'm like, oh my God. And I be
Yep.
hollering at the TV. But
Yep.
those two, they are just oh my God. They ridiculous. And Robin, I got so sick of her talking about her being on her cycle. I'm like, lady, please.
Oh God.
And
That
Robin
was
just
so
looks really
gross.
funky to me. Like she just looks stank. Remember when she was doing that weird, like, oh, I'm gonna play with myself thing? That was just so nasty, and her legs were all out. She just looks so funky and stale to
TMI,
me.
right? We want a TMI,
Yeah.
Robin.
Exactly.
The way
Yeah.
really you on your monthly, we don't need to know
I
all
didn't
that.
know all that. It was just
And
too
she
much.
kept saying it.
I know she kept saying it.
Yes.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
And kept
not
standing
40
around the
years old and you
men.
don't know how to handle a monthly?
I know. And
Right.
kept standing
Not
around the
monthly.
men. She kept saying that around the men. It, when I was,
Yeah.
I was always taught to say, "Oh, my cousins is visiting today," or "My
Yeah,
cousin's visiting
something more
with her."
classy, right? That's just
Yes,
we were raised classy.
Flo is
but oh
coming to
my
town.
God,
We used to say, "I have my friend."
yes, yes,
Uh,
we used to
My
say
little
that
friend
too.
is
We was
visiting.
taught to say stuff like that. Or my auntie's in town.
yeah. I
Anything,
always just
but
say it's
my
not a
God,
good time. It's just not a good time. It's not a good time.
I know,
And what's
right?
ironic
Oh
about
my
the whole
God, they
thing,
are ridiculous.
Mhm.
is she the first one talking about she don't want to talk around the men. You done told all of me on your monthly. What else don't you want to talk
I
about?
know, I know,
Exactly.
right? I know, right? Oh my God. And I'm gonna tell you another thing.
Yeah.
Candace remind me, I have a sister like that. I mean, oh my God. But
Hmm.
guess what? She know who to play with, and she do not play with me. I am the oldest, and she do not play with me because she know I put her in a place. Everybody else have a spoil and tiptoeing around, but believe me, when I come around, she tiptoes
Hmm.
around me because she already know I'm not going. So
Yep.
Candace just need a good old whipping, just like she need a good old fashioned whooping. I mean, I'm talking about a whooping like her mama should have gave her.
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
really does.
She keeps talking. She's gonna get mollywopped again, but even worse. And do you
I
know?
know.
And to your point, friend chat, remember when not this episode, but I think it was a solid toss episode, and she was talking to Mia. She was like, "Oh, I've been here before. Oh, put your hand on. I've done this before." It's just like, did you not learn anything?
Now she
You
learned
kept
nothing.
you kept running your mouth, and you got popped.
Hmm.
So if you've been here before, shut up. Like
I
she takes
know.
no accountability for the role that she played in instigating that.
Oh
Well,
no, she don't.
Zero.
they're
Yep.
two
If she
miserable
get popped
women.
again, that
Yep.
case gonna get dismissed again. If she looking for some money, she better change up her playbook because that one don't
Yep.
work.
Exactly.
Candace needs some money to help pay for that. That's why she thought she was gonna take Monique to the bank, but Ashley.
Ashley fumbled that bag. That's why she's really mad at Ashley. A, she wants to hook up with Ashley, and B, she's mad that Ashley fumbled the bag for her.
No,
Because
she fumbled
because
that bag.
she didn't really want Monique to go to jail. She thought I'll threaten to sue and then they'll just give me a payout. But Monique was just like, I have lawyers for that.
That was so funny because listen, and she can't get mad at Ashley because she had just the season before she had a butter knife or whatever after Ashley and
Yup.
threw it. So
Yep.
hey, it was all fair game. It was a character. Monique needed character witness, and it can be
Yep.
proven because it was on tape. So I don't think they had to do was subpoena the tape from the.
Yep.
Oh my God, they are a bunch of mess. That's what they are. And Mia, oh my God, Mia needs to just shut up sometime. But I know people don't like Askala. They don't like Askala, but I kind of like Askala.
Askala?
Yeah, a scholar. I
Yeah,
kind
I
of
also
like
like
her.
her.
Me
She
too.
makes
I
a
like
little.
a
She
scholar.
makes sense.
Me too.
She's kind of, she quiet, but she's new. She's new, and so she's kind of feeling them out. And so,
Mm,
but she say good things. Some things that she say be pretty like, oh, okay. But
yeah.
when she do say it, she be on point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
But
that
she has
Askala.
no storyline. What's her
Yeah.
storyline? And her husband doesn't talk.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I mean, she's a
No.
friend. Friends don't need storylines.
Well, we
No.
don't know anything about her. She's a
That's the
mystery.
purpose of a friend.
But I know one thing
Yeah.
about her. That chick can dress. I
Yes,
know
she
that.
She
can.
killing them. She killing
Yes,
them
she
all.
can.
She bringing the fashions. Yes.
She brings the
Oh yeah.
fashions.
So, but I'm like, cause she's a friend, so I don't expect her to have no real big storyline.
Well, I'd like to know a
But
little bit more about her, and her life.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean, yeah, but that's the friend role. You know,
yeah.
when you like Shamia on Atlanta Forever, she don't want
Well,
you
on,
coming
on
into her
Beverly
house. She
Hills,
don't
when
want a
Brandy
storyline.
was on, she was a friend, and we knew her whole life story,
Well, Brandy was thirsty.
right? So
Yeah. And
Askala
Marlo.
isn't thirsty.
Marlo
You
on
need a
how
little thirsty in there
Oh,
to
gosh.
jumble it up a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
Make
and
it
like
interesting.
Marlo on House Atlanta Housewives. I mean, she's a friend, but we don't really know much about her either.
Marlo came out
Yeah.
and talked about her life when she first started with Atlanta. She was a kept woman, and she didn't
You
make any bones about it. She came out and said it.
yeah, but who kept them? That's what I want to know.
A,
Who
a
kept
very
them?
wealthy man, and she
Wealthy
showed her
men.
closet too, if you
Mhm.
remember, all her designer shoes and handbags and clothes. And
That's all we know about her is fashion. That's it. And she was kept by some wealthy man, but
Passionate.
we don't know anything else.
I want Marlo to write a book
oh yeah,
or
Yeah.
do a video tutorial.
Mhm.
Like where to go to find the men that will keep you and blah blah blah. Like that would be fun. Or she should remember, didn't she almost do a spin-off with Candy for like it was like for Lifetime or some other network, but it ended up not going anywhere.
I don't know.
But
I
she
think
had
she
gotten
should
her
write a
own.
biography. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
really
She
like
take her
watching it.
coins. I wouldn't read it. I really don't care about the life of a hooker.
I don't think she's a
Oh, God.
hooker.
Well, that's what
Really?
she is.
No, she's not a
Does she
hooker.
not get
No.
paid for sexual favors? Is that townhouse not bought for her by a man because she was doing him?
It's okay. If that's the case, then a lot of people are hookers. Just
A
because you're
lot of
married
people are
doesn't
hookers.
mean that you're not giving it for something in exchange. I don't think
She,
she's a
A
no,
lot
hooker.
she's
of
like a
people are
mistress.
hookers. I believe
She's a
Marlo's a
side
hooker.
piece. She's a side
Especially,
piece.
did you see her
mistress.
outfit at the
I
reunion?
think
Hooker.
I think she's just dates wealthy men who treat her, and I say more power to you.
I know that's
I wouldn't
right.
call her.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Make
call
that
her a
money, but
hooker.
she's
That's
still
No,
come
a
on now.
hooker.
Come on
I
now.
know, Carter, you, Carter, I
Call
love
it
you.
like I see it. Call it like the definition.
Yeah, but
I
you know
wouldn't
like
call
what?
her a hooker.
Some of these
I
old
like-
men are not functional. So they just want somebody to be with them and talk to them, and they'll just throw money on you. They're billionaires and they can afford it, and it just makes them look good. They have a side piece, and that's the way it goes. I'm sure she's
Yeah.
not putting out.
No.
Yeah. She's smarter than all
No.
the rest of them. That's for
Right.
Yeah.
damn sure.
I know she is.
Well, I guess she's smart money wise, but at the rate she's going, she's gonna end up down alone.
I know. But
Oh,
I
that
just
turned dark, Connie. Jeez Louise.
She has no prospects that I see for a lifelong partner. So you gonna spend your golden
need more men
years
on the show.
with your Versace? Like what?
I'll just say
And-
this. It's nothing and no one in this life is guaranteed. Just
that's
because
right.
you're married right now doesn't mean that, and I don't mean you, Connie, I'm talking about in general. Just because
Oh,
someone
yeah,
is
I'm not
married
offended.
right
He ain't going nowhere.
just because somebody is married right now doesn't mean that person will always be there. People get divorced, people pass away, things
Yeah.
happen. Just because you're single right
Yeah.
now doesn't mean that you're not going to meet the person for you tomorrow, a month from now, a year
Yeah.
from now. So I think it's more just about living your truth and living what is right for you authentically, showing yourself grace and being grateful for what you have and working towards those goals, and not
That's
being
true.
like looking like grass is greener or judgy or this or that, because pride always comes before the fall. And so I think a lot of the people who were laughing at Marlo and calling her this and calling her that today, like, look at Phaedra, like she had Apollo and all that stuff. So it's like a lot of people who are throwing stones, when they look up, maybe their house isn't as perfect as they thought it was. So I think nothing is guaranteed in this life either way. So I say live and let live. Do you, and just be grateful for every day that we have.
You're right, 100%.
Wait, I want to say something about
guaranteed. I agree with you.
Oh, go Natalia. Oh yeah, go Natalia. Natalia?
You see, Kenya is doing well on Dancing with the Stars. Can you hear me?
Yes, it was just funny you said Kenya's doing well on Dancing with the Stars. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like Kenya was doing well on Dancing with the Stars, and I feel like she has a chance of winning, but I'm hearing these rumors that Bravo wants to pull her out so she starts filming Back to Robot. And I kind of don't want that to happen because, yeah.
No, I agree with you.
And I'm on the
Bravo,
fence.
Go ahead.
And I'm on the fence about Candace because, like, I feel like Candace she says something before somebody gets to say something. Maybe that's why she's like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you with the Dance with the Stars thing. If Bravo wants her to come out or they want to pull her, that is so hypocritical, because they documented and highlighted Lisa Vanderpump when she was on Dancing with the Stars. So that was her whole storyline for a season, and she ended up fainting and doing all this stuff. So if Lisa could do it and it be documented and it's cool, why can't Kenya do it? So if they're trying to force her out of Dancing with the Stars, I think that's really shady and really bad on Bravo's part, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you would think that they would want to showcase it to get Bravo some viewership, because we love Bravo, but we all know Bravo is not doing that well financially or with viewerships or ratings. So it could actually give them a boost. So they'd be shooting themselves in the foot. So I agree with you on that. Candace, y'all know how I feel about Candace. I just want her to get some actual real therapy, not this fake therapy she does for the cameras, where the therapist just says, yeah, you're right, Candace, and she just cries. I want her to get some real, true help. And I don't like watching her anymore. It's too much. What do you guys think?
And I would like a
You're right.
showdown.
She feels entitled.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I would like a showdown between Gizelle and Robyn. Like that needs to happen.
A showdown between Gizelle and Robyn?
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
Like remember when Nini and Cynthia had a showdown
falling
between
out.
Gizelle and Robyn.
I agree. I would love to see Robyn and Gizelle actually go toe to toe. I would love it. I think that to me would be the only thing that could save Robyn.
Yes.
If she actually stood up, had a personality, had a voice, and actually did something on the show other than take the smoke that's meant for Gizelle and have a pretend relationship with Juan and talk about her period cramps that nobody asked for. Nobody asked about that. Woo, you guys, we have been on here for almost an hour and a half. And don't forget, it's Tuesday. That means it's Ladies Lounge Night. As you know, me, my beautiful Cardi B over there, and also our girl Candace from the Candy Shop every Tuesday, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. We bring our unique perspectives on trending topics. Tonight, we're going to be on the Candy Shop channel. It is linked in my community tab, so be sure to follow her, subscribe, and join us tonight. Again, 5:30 West Coast, 8:30 East Coast. And tonight, we're going to be talking about colorism, featureism, alpha women, does it exist, and everything else in between. So I think we're gonna wrap this up, but this has been so much fun. I'm gonna give a shout out to Dorrit. I appreciate you calling in. I loved your
Thank
insights.
you.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you too. Shout out to my girl Kadi. You know you always hold me down. I appreciate you. I'm excited to be with you tonight. To be native, you know, I love you so much, and I'm just so happy for you joining. Yes, Natalia, I always love you bringing such a different perspective than I have, so I always love you joining us, Natalia. Who else do we have? Oh, Franchette. I appreciate you, Franchette, for joining. I appreciate you. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to Lynette, Kitten, to Miss T, to Sasha T, to Danny Wade, to Selma Wade. I just want to shout out everybody. I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat box. Darren, Nachaski, Chi-Town. Who else is up in here? I don't want to miss anybody, but there's so many people. LJ Forever. Who else is up in here? Karen Fraser, Kennedy Moore, Seema Jerlacki. Can I get a witness? Pink Dynamite. I love all of you guys. Who else is up in here? Ramona G. Thank you for coming through. Tonight, Hazel, what is up tonight? I didn't see you. What's going on, sweetheart? Yeah, so if I missed you, I apologize. But know that I love you guys. I love you, Candy Cans. If you're having a good fun, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, comment below if you're watching this on the replay, share this with a friend, because a key is always better with community. I love you guys, and until next time, be well, be good to yourself and to each other. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye. And don't forget, Candy Shop tonight, 5:30 West Coast, 8:30 East Coast, the Ladies Lounge. It'll be me, Kadi, and Candace. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.